How's it going, guys, and welcome to today's video. In this video I'm going to be showing you the step-by-step process on how you remove a transfer case, aka power transfer unit, in a Holden Captiva. Before I jump straight into the step-by-step guide on how you remove this transfer case, I just want to give you a little bit of background on it. This was a vehicle that presented in the workshop and had a large rumbling noise, almost like a wheel bearing noise when driving. It got considerably worse and then it completely failed. The transfer case completely failed. I have a video showcasing the transfer case in much greater detail. It's already up on my channel and I will link that in the description if you're interested in it. So without further ado, let's get into this video. The first item I decide to remove is the tail shaft. That's held in by 6 10mm bolts. I use my 3/8 impact with a wobble joint and my 10mm deep socket. I then pull the tail shaft back. I get my pry bar just to move it, the last part, back out of the way, and then I just rock it back and over so you can hear the transfer case noise. The bearings had collapsed. I do have a video showing the exact collapsing of that bearing and the damage internally. I then get my WD-40. I spray up any items that I need to loosen on the exhaust. I want to use hand tools for these, so I use my 1/2 inch and my 15mm socket. I don't put the impact gun on them because I'm always wary of exhaust bolts breaking. After I have them freed out, I do use the impact just to zip them out the rest of the way. There is 15mm that needs to be removed on this. I zip them out with the impact the rest of the way, but then I need to use a 14mm socket to remove the rear exhaust nuts. I also use my long spanner and ratchet spanners to get off the 3 remaining nuts on that. It takes out that flexible exhaust piece, and the rubber hanger just needs to be disconnected to free it out the rest of the way. Next I move on and I tie the tail shaft up out of the way with cable ties. I remove the right hand front wheel and then I set about removing all attaching components. The 21mm is put on the impact gun to remove those 2 nuts that are on the top of the hub to shock. The bolts need to be tapped out of the way as they have a spline type fitment. I refit the nut before hitting them out with a hammer, and I use a punch to take out the last bit of those. You won't get them to spin out without that. I use my 18mm to remove the track rod end, and you possibly need a hammer to remove the rest. 36mm to remove the drive shaft nut, and a 13mm for the brake pipe securing piece. I use my hangers just to make sure that there is no tension on any of those hoses afterwards. Just keep it nice and free. I use my Worth pliers to take out those 3 push pin clips that are holding on that plastic piece in the way. Once I have that out of the way, I need to get my 15mm again. There is a bracket that sits around the drive shaft, and all of those items need to be removed. It is quite a tricky little spot some of these bolts are in. You'll need to take your time and get them all out. There's 2 sitting on the front here, but there is another one sitting around the back, as well as 2 that are on the inside that I use my long spanner to free out first. The last one just sits on the very back and is located just above the sump there. And I use my long ratchet to remove that last remaining one. After you have that disconnected and removed, you will be able to take out that bracket completely, and visibly you have a better understanding of the layout now as it's in my hand, and the bolts that need to come out of position to do that. The next stage is taking the drive shaft out of position. I use a hammer and chisel, but you can use a hammer and a punch, a hammer and extension, a pry bar, anything to get that drive shaft off the splines and on the floor. I take off the heat shield. It's not necessary. I just wanted to see visibly the damage on the transfer case at this particular point. The next stage was about assessing the best way to attack it, and what I seen was the catalytic converter was in my way, so I knew I had to remove that, and this is the most difficult part of this job. The catalytic converter itself is held on by 4 bolts. Those bolts are in very awkward positions, or 4 nuts. They're right up the back. I use my 1/2 inch long extension, a short extension, my impact socket, and also my impact wobble joint. All of those were used to get out all 4 of them. There is a heat shield that sits on the very top of it that needs to come off first. The filming of this visibility wise was not very good, so this is the best clips I had to show you how I done it. After you have that disconnected, it's about just freeing the cat from its position. I use my ratchets just to get off the ladder part of it on this one, because my impact gun wouldn't go in to zip it out on that particular one. I rotate the cat down, I twist it. That is solely for the purpose of getting the oxygen sensors disconnected. My arm wouldn't fit up until I rotated it out of the way. Once I did, I could get my arm up and I could disconnect the oxygen sensors. They're pretty straightforward. There is a security clip on them that needs to come out of the way. Afterwards, it's just to pull back and pull down your standard type oxygen sensor fitment. Once that is on the floor, I have 2 remaining brackets before I can disconnect this transfer case. One bracket is held on by three bolts that need to come out of the way. First of all, they are 15mm as well, and then the mounting bracket that is also held in by 5 more remaining bolts. Once you have all of those out of the way, the small bracket can come out, which is on the floor there beside the cat, and then the mounting bracket can come out of position as well, which I'm taking out now. You can visibly see the layout of that mounting bracket. The next stage is to remove the remaining 2 bolts that's on the lower part of the transfer case, which are 18mm I believe, and then the transfer case can come out. Unfortunately, because my footage showed a lot of staff and customer faces, I was unable to show the transfer case coming out of position, but I do show the transfer case going back in afterwards. It is a case that you will be able to take it out by yourself and drop it down. I just compare it one to another. You see me lifting it up here into position. Depending on your own situation, you may need a little bit of a help to get it into line. You put it on the splines and you make sure that it lines up all right. Once it is in far enough, it'll push into position and you will be able to see it flush where those 2 bolts will go back in. Always recommended to have any fluids or oils drained before you get to this stage. The Autotrans will leak out if you haven't. I tighten up the 18mm bolts again, and essentially that is kind of where I end it with this particular part of the job. Just showing you the drain and fill points on the Autotrans here, and lastly the drain and fill points on the transfer case. This is the Autotrans fluid that I used.
And that is it, guys. That is how you remove and reinstall a transfer case in a Holden Captiva. I didn't go through the step-by-step reinstall process because you already have all of the information needed from the removal process. Just lay everything out nice and easy for you so you can reinstall it as you removed it. The actual flow of removal will be different for some people. You can set about at the right wheel and just start removing components there, or you can start at the exhaust. Essentially, it doesn't really matter which way you do it, as long as all of them items come out and go back together with no bolts left on the floor afterwards. I have links in the description for that wobble joint if anyone is interested in that. Would recommend getting a tool like that. You've seen it used frequently in this video, and I did do a video about 2 years ago now where it was my #1 tool that I would not remove out of my box. I also have a link in the description for the previous video showing in detail the catastrophic failure of this transfer case and how bad the internal damage was. I really hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I hope you found it useful and informative. If you did, please like, share, comment and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.